咁我哋大家就睇下呢度咧，自古相傳嘅巫術，哇！啲人話，竟然睇埋晒啲巫術嘅書咁樣，啲基督徒咧就好反感嘅，知唔知啊？基督徒特別唔中意呢啲嘢嘅。不過我話啦，主流基督徒越係唔中意咧，我越係要研究。你哋之所以要用基督教嚟到去困住我咧，就係因為基督教係一個最蒙塞嘅宗教嚟嘅，即係可以咁講。佢係最唔即係點講好咧？佢係最唔包容嘅、最排外嘅一種宗教嚟嘅，係極度排外嘅。即係就算係係乜嘢都唔可以容納嘅，真係。但係你講睇住呢度啦，睇住呢度有一種頗為驚人的説法指，舊約裏的摩西竟是一名巫師。據一份現保存於萊頓的紫砂草中，巫師這樣說：我就是你在這座聖山腳下遇到的人，你讓我知道了你最偉大的名字，你的最偉大的名字。另一個沙草紙文本：我是你的先知摩西，你向我傳授了你在以色列被頌揚的神秘。哇！咁我就係講呢段啦。呢段佢話，竟然有人話，其實唔單止係呢本書㗎。有一個人呢，我之前係有睇過呢，佢寫咗啲嘢呢。佢話摩西係巫師嘅鼻祖咁樣講嘛。佢係咁講，其實摩西唔係巫師嘅鼻祖。摩西佢的確呢曾經呢係學過埃及嘅巫術嘅。點解呢？點解我咁講咧？哇！你有冇搞錯？竟然話摩西係巫師咁樣睇嘢啦！唔好眨眼啊！知唔知啊？我要轉台啦！我要轉英文啊！聽住啦，知唔知啊？聽住啦。And Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and was mighty in words and in deeds. This is the New Testament, the book of Acts. And when he was full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel. And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him, and avenged him that was oppressed, and smote the Egyptian. For he supposed his brethren would have understood how that God by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not. And the next day he shewed himself unto them as they strove, and would have set them at one again, saying, Sirs, ye are brethren, why do ye wrong one to another? But he that did his neighbour wrong thrust him away, saying, Who made thee a ruler and a judge over us? Wilt thou kill me as thou didst the Egyptian yesterday? Then fled Moses at this saying, and was a stranger in the land of Madian, where he begat 2 sons. And when 40 years were expired, there appeared to him in the wilderness of Mount Sinai an angel of the Lord in a flame of fire in a bush. When Moses saw it, he wondered at the sight, and as he drew near to behold it, the voice of the Lord came unto him, saying, I am the God of thy fathers, the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Then Moses trembled and durst not behold. Then said the Lord to him, Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place where thou standest is holy ground. I have seen the affliction of my people which is in Egypt, and I have heard their groaning, and am come down to deliver them, and now come, I will send thee into Egypt. This Moses whom they refused, saying, Who made thee a ruler and a judge? The same did God send to be a ruler and a deliverer by the hand of the angel which appeared to him in the bush. He brought them out. After that he had shewed wonders and signs in the land of Egypt and in the Red Sea, and in the wilderness 40 years. This is that Moses which said unto the children of Israel, A prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you of your brethren like unto me, him shall ye hear. Okay, so as you can see, right, Moses was not rooted in the Hebraic faith. He was not born and raised as a Jew. He was literally born and raised as the Pharaoh's daughter's son. Okay, so he was literally like a royal prince in a pagan household. A royal prince in a pagan household. He was learned in Egyptian magic. He was because That's what the Bible says. Okay, but then God chose him to be a prophet to his people. He was not born or raised as a Jew or as a Hebrew. Okay, so in case you believe that I'm lying, look, I'm not lying though. It's true. It is. It ain't that so? Yeah. Have you not read Exodus? You should read the Bible. Like, you should really try to read the Bible. Don't say that I'm the one reading it and you are not. Like, I don't want to spoon feed you all the time. You know, that's why people said Moses was a magician or Moses was a wizard, because in a way he was kind of. He was born and raised in that culture. He was. Yes, he was. Don't tell me no, because it's true. Okay. Moses is found and brought up by Pharaoh's daughter. Okay. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water. So Moses, the name Moses was given to him by the Egyptian. Yes. His name was given by the Egyptian. Okay. Right? Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in a land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. So Moses, yeah, yes, Moses was a true prophet, but he was also a murderer. Okay, he was a murderer. He fled from the Pharaoh because the Pharaoh was like 殺人填命. So because the Pharaoh said 殺人填命, and he was trying to kill Moses, and Moses had to run. He fled. He was a prophet, but he had to flee. Right? Everything has a context, you know. It's like Moses obviously wasn't perfect, you know, but he was a true prophet of the Lord. He was called, he was chosen in spite of his pagan background, or maybe not in spite of, but maybe it's exactly because of his pagan background, because he was born and raised in a royal household, and he learned the Egyptian wisdom, the Egyptian, you know, the Egyptian magic, and because of that he was more sensitive to most people. Like he was more sensitive to the things of the spirits because he was interested in those things. You know, that's the point. I was literally not a Christian from the beginning. I was not. In fact, if you look at my dreams, I was pretty much pagan. I was shamanistic, very much so. I was primitive. I was savage, even today. Okay.